A Rutgers journalism professor compared the GOP to fecal matter. Tulane University will now be offering a course called Feminism in Trumplandia, and a lecturer at Princeton University likened Trump supporters to Germans indifferent to the Holocaust. I'm Ophelie Jacobson, and this is the Campus Countdown. Assistant Professor of Journalism and Media Studies at Rutgers University, Chenjerai Kumanyika, took to his Twitter page to share some of his thoughts on the GOP and conservative beliefs. In a series of tweets, he managed to compare the GOP to fecal matter and the rhetoric of the pro-life movement to a death cult. He also described conservative policies as being, quote, climate-destroying, democracy-destroying, racist, sexist, and violent. This is the same professor who appeared at an event at the Boston University Center for Anti-Racist Research and declared that language matters. The professor eventually issued an apology after his tweets gained some attention, but he didn't apologize to the GOP. Instead, he only piled on more insults. Quote, this poorly chosen metaphor compared GOP politics to fecal matter. This was unfair to fecal matter and does not reflect my heart. Unlike the GOP, fecal matter has done nothing wrong. What a nice, heartfelt apology, right? Moving on to our second top story of the week, students at Tulane University will now be able to take a class called Feminism in Trumplandia, effective spring 2021. The course syllabus details how students will analyze how Trump's actions, including the, quote, defunding of Planned Parenthood, the Muslim ban, his assault on pro-choice legislation, and own history of sexual assault, present an unprecedented dystopia for women. The course will be taught by Professor of English and Communication Studies Kate Baldwin, who has also written and published books related to racial justice issues and the Soviet Union. Back in 2019, Tulane highlighted the course and even acknowledged that, quote, the title may suggest the course takes on a particular political stance. I wonder what stance that could be. And our top story of the week comes out of an Ivy League school, Princeton University. Joyce Carol Oates, lecturer and professor emerita, tweeted, quote, for many pro-Trump Americans, the pandemic is like the Holocaust to many Germans. They knew what was happening but adjusted to living with it in indifference or, in some cases, profiting from it. Only if affected personally do people seem to care. But she didn't stop there. She also took a jab at the GOP, saying that, quote, younger generations will think nothing more is required for a lucrative career in GOP politics except to accept donations from wealthy corporations and special interests, align oneself with white nationalism, and pretend to be pro-life. In the spring, Oates will be instructing a seminar at Princeton University called The American Dream: Visions and Subversions in American Literature. Those are your top stories for the week, but for more updates on what's happening across the nation on our college campuses, head over to campusreform.org. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you never miss out on the campus craziness. Addison Smith will be back next Friday at 5 p.m. with another episode of the Campus Countdown. I'm Ophelie Jacobson. Thanks for watching.